Well, hello YouTube, this is the Badass Model, and today I'll be showing you guys how to build Oberon, or Oberon Prime, whichever one you have. I have the Oberon Prime because I sold my regular Oberon. I actually had both of them, but I sold the regular one because I don't know why. I felt like I didn't need them. But if you have them, and you don't have Oberon Prime, don't worry, it's still the same build. You will need no forma for this build. Literally, no forma. The way this build works, basically. Okay, so the build that I used to have for Oberon was very selfish. I had a lot of power strength, a lot of power duration, and a lot of efficiency. So I'll have more health regen and basically be my own tank. So I would be the guy who's taking all the damage, but not helping out everybody. But with the build that I have, you will be a tank, but not to that extent because what I've learned so far of playing Warframe for like 1,200 hours or so, is that if you try to build a tank late game, you have to have some ability that basically allows you to turn invincible. Otherwise, you're gonna get killed because either you get one-shotted or you don't get shotted at all. So with this build, you're gonna be able to like survive some of the damage, but not all the damage. That's why you're gonna be able to have your allies to help you out because you're going to be helping them out at the same time. So you're going to let them survive using your abilities and they're going to help you survive using their abilities. So let's show you guys the build, and I like to call this build You Shall Not Pass.
You shall not pass!
What the fuck?
Because with this build, you will not let the enemy pass on their missions to kill you or your teammates. So let's just get into the build and show you guys what I mean. Okay, so if you look at the build and the stats, I have not a lot of things going on. Like the efficiency or duration or strength, they're not high, like really high numbers. That's because I have a balanced build. And don't mind the arcanes, these are just there to give me extra lives. If you want to put on any arcanes, put on some arcanes that do effects after taking damage. So that way, when you do take damage, you'll get like something like, I don't know, more shields or some like arcane barrier. I think that's what's called. That would be a really good one, or something that you like with your Oberon or your healers or your tanks. Or armor-based arcanes. Okay, so this is the build that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using two mods that are necessary for this build. One of them is necessary to like have you last or let your third ability last forever, basically, which is called Rage. I have a whole video on how to get this really fast. So if you want to get it, I'll have a link in the description. So Rage basically allows you to basically take damage and convert that damage into energy. And that energy will basically convert back to your health. So it will have a cycle going on and you'll never run out of energy and health. Okay, so the next mod that I'm going to be using, which is a utility mod, which is called Phoenix Renewal. So when you cast this, when you cast your third ability, the one that gives health regen to everybody, if the enemy does fatal damage to your ally that is affected by your ability, basically it will turn them invincible for a duration and not let them die. So similar to Wukong's ability when he takes damage and not dies, that's what's going to happen to your allies. And every 90 seconds, this effect will reoccur or rehappen. So that way they will not die every time they take the fatal damage. And the rest of the build is just a lot of health, because I want to take as much, I want to have a huge health bar so where if I do take damage, it doesn't go all the way down, so I'll have some time to recover and my health will regain and I don't die. So I'm going to be using Vigor and Vitality for more health. I have Armor mod, which is good-ish. I mean, it's not going to give me the best armor in the whole game, but it's going to give me some damage reduction. So I'm going to be using Steel Fiber. It's not fully upgraded. Most of these mods are not fully upgraded because if I do upgrade them, I have to reformat everything else. That's why I keep my mods the same way they are. They have been the same forever because I'm very lazy to upgrade all the rest of the Warframes. Okay, so Steel Fiber for my armor, Prime flow and continuity. Flow for a huge amount of energy pool, because when I do take damage, I will get more energy, then I will use the energy to convert the energy to health. So I'll have a lot of energy, and I will basically never run out of energy with Prime flow. If you have flow, it works as well. I'll have streamline and continuity. So basically, I'll have efficiency on the ability when I cast it, and also this ability, or her Oberon's third ability, basically makes it so, or it costs energy over time. So these two mods will reduce that and the cost of the energy, the ability itself. And again, I have Phoenix Renewal for more, more lives, basically. Okay, so it's more of a renewal build than a full-on Oberon build. But I feel like Oberon is now renewal instead of Oberon himself. He does damage, but he doesn't do enough damage to where he is like one of those frames that use abilities on. You use him for basically take damage and not die and stuff. That's what I think, at least. And I have power drift. Why did I say power flow? Power drift for more strength. You can have whatever mod, Exilus mod you have. I just have this for the sake of more energy regen, or health regen, because it doesn't have any negatives to it. So it doesn't have negative efficiency or negative duration. That's why I have this mod. If you want another mod that you can put on, I would say put on a sure-footed. So basically you have a less chance of dropping to the ground when you get knocked down, or less chance of knocking yourself down by the enemy, because when you do get knocked down, it takes a while to get back up. And if I were to format this whole Warframe, I would format the Aura slot and put on Stand United, or United Stand. I think it's the armor Aura mod that gives armor 25% armor, or 20% armor. 25.5% armor to the whole team. Or I will put on Rejuvenation, so when I don't manage to get one of the allies, it will still regen their health anyways, across the map. So yeah, this is the build, and let's just get into the gameplay. So the first thing you want to do is gather up all your allies in a mission, whether it's survival or defense. When you spawn in survival, quickly use your second ability and your third ability. When you're in a defense, when they gather up on the defense objective, or the place where you defend, use your second ability and third ability to basically lock on your health regen and armor to your allies. The next thing you want to do is let the enemies shoot you a couple, so you'll have a little bit of health. A little bit of energy, because every time you get shot at, you're gonna get energy, and then you can just start off doing your killings and stuff, and you'll take damage and it'll regen and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically the way Oberon works, and the build will help you let your teammates survive for longer and longer and longer. And with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this build video, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Feel free to subscribe, because that will help me out a lot, and peace.